All right, so what is up, everybody? In today's video, this is a little different. I kind of want to go over like just everything I learned from this year and a half of just trading, right? All the knowledge I've gained, put into one video, and this is not going to be edited. I don't really care if this video gets views, really, because I don't know. Look at my channel's been falling off, so I don't really care if this gets views. I just want to give sauce for the sake of giving sauce, right? I just want to give you guys a lot of information. And the thing is, this video is gonna be just a collection of thoughts. I'm gonna be freeballing it. So if you don't really have like a good attention span, you have like a fucking TikTok fried brain, like just leave the video right now, to be honest with you. So I was kind of thinking, what is like, what do most people talk about when they make these types of videos? And they say, like, I don't know, pretty generic shit. They talk about how you shouldn't really kind of care about the money, this, that, and the third, and those are important. Like, you shouldn't really care about money and shit when you're trading. But I kind of want to get more into just into depth about this, right? So what I want to first talk about is, like, it's not the strategy, it's you. So of course, to some extent, your strategy does like affect how you trade. Of course, it's gonna affect how you trade, and the more you do know, like, for your specific strategy, the more results you'll be seeing, because of how just how in tune you are with whatever's happening in the market. So like, let's say you're trading ICT, like, if you don't know shit like new day opening gaps, you don't have like you don't know what standard deviation is, you know what I'm saying, like, just these rudimentary stuff, then yeah, you have to get on that. You have to have this crazy learning phase, and that's what, like, I would kind of suggest you guys to have, is like in the first few months, just 3 months, just to have this like crazy learning phase. Just study, and you'll be seeing results in trading. You won't be profitable right away, I'll let you guys know that, but you'll be seeing some results. And that feeling of getting these results is based on the fact that you don't even know what the fuck is happening. So you're like freshly new to this, and all the stuff that you're like gaining, like all the knowledge you're gaining, just seems like a result in itself. And that's why, like, throughout my trading career, I've had a lot of like swing highs and swing lows. Like, I've had like months where I just like didn't take any L's, but then like the next month it was just fully red. And that type of stuff does affect your mental, and that's why I'll say it's not the strategy. It's like possibly like maybe 30% strategy, 70% just you. Okay, that's what I think. It's 70% you. So how do you see the markets, right? Or do you see it as like a quick get rich quick scheme? If you do see it like a get rich quick scheme, then it's like you're gonna be like liquidated. Okay, like, you're gonna be used as liquidity. It's not a get rich quick scheme, and it's not a hobby either. It should be something that you kind of fully dedicate yourself towards. Another thing I want to talk about is, like, if your mind is like foggy, if your mind is not clear, your attention is not that well, like, good, you don't have any patience, you have to fix that. You have to fix that, and then you'll see results in trading. So if you already know your strategy and you've been sticking with your strategy for a long time, you're not hopping around, but you don't see any results, maybe your mind is not as clear as it should be. Maybe you don't have enough, maybe you're not doing any of the good habits that you should have, right? So, for example, how do you expect to be a profitable trader when you're fucking set up, like, your computer? I'm not talking about like your trading setup. I'm talking about when your desk is just full of garbage. You have fucking like look at my desk. I'm not saying it's the cleanest, but it's like, it's gone. There's nothing other than my keyboard, my mouse, this, and I just have my computer, right? I just have notes of what I want to talk about. So if your desk, for example, is just really clustered, right? Like while trading, you're doom scrolling, right? And this doesn't mean like when you execute a trade, like, of course you could scroll, like, you don't want to be like, you don't want to be like too emotional, but I'm saying, like, you have like multiple shit open up at the same time. You're like watching something else, you're watching the charts, your attention is not like, your mind is not like focused like an arrow, then you're not going to be profitable. You should have a clean workplace. You have to have a clean like monitor, right? Only have the charts open. Yeah, that's really important. Another thing that I want to talk about, and what really helped me, is to get closer with God. Okay, like what you will notice is you have to rely on God. And this doesn't mean you pray when you trade. Okay, that's not what I'm saying to do. But I'm saying like you have to like kind of conquer yourself. And some people are gonna say this is kind of a stretch, but you have to kind of conquer yourself, right? You have to fix up your spiritual side. You have to try to trade with God, right? And not only trading, but you have to try to do everything with God. You have to try to go to the, like, you know, when you're working on yourself, you have to do it with God. When you're working on something that you really love, like a passion, let's say you're playing the guitar, do it with God. Do it with God in mind. Do it with a clear presence, a clear conscience, a clear soul, right? I kind of had a big transformation in myself while I was trading. Like during a few months ago, like for like 6 months. Okay, I'm gonna get really deep. For 6 months, I was going through a breakup. This breakup, like I was with this girl for like 3 years, love of my life. I was going through this breakup, and for that 3 months or 6 months, like my mind was cluttered. I was always thinking about her. I was thinking about how like sad I am. I was like, I don't know, my desk was so messy. My life was messy. I wasn't going to sleep properly. Like I just couldn't sleep. I substituted her with many different girls at the same time, and that's just not good for my soul. Just that like lifestyle was not good for my soul, and that actually had an immediate effect on my trading. It had an effect on everything. Actually, it had an effect on my grades because I still go to school. It had an effect on my performance in the gym. It had an effect on my like my boxing, everything. It just had an effect on my content creation. And you know, during the time, like it was like I was also kind of in like solitude. I didn't really like talk to anybody. Uh, and yeah, it did give me motivation and give me more free time to work. And it's like, damn, I have to like prove everybody wrong, prove everybody wrong. I gotta get all my money. I gotta get my money up. But that like thought process of like, oh, I gotta get my money up. I gotta get my money up also fucked me up in trading because I rushed. I rushed many setups that I shouldn't have taken. Right. So when you get closer with God and you start, and by closer with God, I mean like just like start working on yourself spiritually. You know, start praying to God, start worshiping Jesus. You know, like, and try to conquer your lust, right? Try to stop swearing. That's the issue I have really. I swear a lot, and it's hard to stop. So it's like I have to make the conscious effort to stop. But you know, just things like that. You clear yourself, and that in turn clears your mind. When you're so like focused on, you know, just improving yourself and not trying to prove everybody wrong, that's when you see results. And the best way to prove yourself is to get close with God. Another thing that I noticed is like what you have in your mind kind of reflects on reality. So if you constantly think like, hey, I'm not going to be a profitable trader. If you constantly think like, hey, I have this problem, like I'm fucking depressed. If you constantly think like, and this is like just life advice in general, if you constantly think negative stuff will happen. And in a sense, this is like manifestation. I believe in manifestation because I've used it to better myself. The subconscious becomes a conscious, which becomes reality. If in your mind you're always thinking, hey, I'm not going to ever be profitable, this is not going to work for me, this is not going to work for me, you know, your mind is so strong enough, it's so powerful that it 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 takes what you're thinking and it turns it into reality. So if you're constantly thinking like, hey, I'm never gonna be profitable, like how I'm in the red, I'm never gonna be profitable, your mind will miss some confluences. And as crazy as it sounds, I'm telling you the truth, your mind will miss these confluences. Um so that's why you should, wake up in the morning and tell yourself like, hey bro, like you got this. Like you will be profitable. And it sounds so corny to say this. And I know a lot of people in my server, they're gonna be like, oh, you fucking cornball, what are you talking about? But that's the truth. Genuinely. Like if you make the verbal, like if you verbally confirm your thoughts and just change them to be positive, your life will change. So if you constantly wake up in the morning and you tell yourself like, hey, you're gonna be a profitable trader, you are a profitable trader, but just life hasn't caught up with you yet, right? So like you are in the future, but life hasn't caught up with you yet, and you tell yourself, hey, okay, you're a profitable trader, like like you tell yourself, I love you, all this like positive affirmation, right? Like you're gonna be living a life of abundance. You tell yourself like your dream life, right? Like okay, you're gonna be a profitable trader, you're gonna have this car, you're gonna be living here, you're gonna be making this much a month, and you constantly tell yourself that, your mind will start to believe it. And when your mind believes that, it's hard to not do the work to get there. If you constantly think that you are a profitable trader, you're gonna be doing what a profitable trader should be doing. So, okay, this video is kind of getting long, but you're gonna be doing stuff like journaling. You're gonna be doing stuff like being patient, and that's another issue I have, to be honest with you. But I've been low-key getting better at it. It's like I'm not patient enough with my trades, and it was partly due to like the stuff that was going on and how I wanted to prove everybody wrong, and how I needed to get this funded account. I needed to get this payout. I needed to just show everybody and show off. I needed to do that. That stopped me from being patient. That made me jumpy. That made me click buy and sell when I shouldn't have, when there was not enough confluence to. Yeah, literally, that's the key takeaway I've had in trading. That's the key takeaway I've had in this 1.5 years of trading, is that like, yeah, your strategy matters, but you're more important. You have to take care of yourself, spiritually, physically, mentally. You have to take care of yourself in that sense, and progress will follow in life, and everything in life too. I feel like when I cleared my mind, I was able to talk with this, like, see, like, I didn't really have friends at a certain point in my life, like in a certain point this year, and the only friend I had was my girlfriend. But then, like, when we broke up, it's like I was just fully isolated, and I kept thinking like, damn, I have no friends, I have no friends, I have no friends, I have no friends. I'm lonely, and it's like I just genuinely felt lonely, and like when I walked, I felt like I had this, like, I was like empty. But when I started to tell myself, okay, like, you love yourself, you're gonna be profitable, you're gonna be abundant, you're gonna have this life, you're gonna be driving like, a Corvette by the end of the year, you're gonna be making 10K a month by the end of the year, and all this stuff, all these affirmations, like, I started to feel fuller, and that did affect my trading in a positive way. That did affect my trading in a positive way, and I was able to see things clear. And because I stopped telling myself like, oh, I'm so lonely, I gathered, like, I don't know, I started to talk to people more, right? I started to, reach out to my older friends, settled some differences that we've had, right? And literally, that's wisdom I'm giving you guys from this ordeal that I had for 7 months. For 7 months, I was in a rut, and I came out stronger, and I'm glad I was in a rut. And that's another thing that I've learned, like, by getting closer to God, is like, you have to be glad that you were in these hard times. You have to be glad that you were in these, like, red months, right? Like, where you weren't getting as much profit, where you think like, okay, this is never going to work out for me, you have to be glad that you're in those moments. Because depending on how you're able to approach it, you can grow as a person. Not only as a trader, but as a person. If you see like, okay, I've been in the trading rut for like 2 months. If you don't do anything about it, you're gonna maintain your position. You're gonna be consistently getting red, right? At least you're consistent, right? But if instead you take that position that you're in and you start kind of looking back on your trades, what I did is I started to record my trades. Like when I'll be talking to myself and stuff, I'll just record it and I'll just keep it to myself. I don't want to post or anything, but you know, you see the mistakes that you made, and you could come out stronger. So again, the patience thing was a big mistake I had, a big blunder I was making. So because I was in that that rut, I was able to come out stronger. And that's the same thing you guys should be doing. If you're noticing that, like, okay, like I'm in this mode where, you know, I'm not making as much profit as I should be, or as like, you know, I was expecting. Like, cause like I remember coming into trading thinking like, okay, I'll be profitable in like 2 months, 3 months, I'll have it funded. And then it's just like when I didn't, it was a big letdown. Instead of kind of keeping yourself in that like bad position, you should try to find a way to improve. And one more thing I want to say before I end this off, because I'm low-key yapping now. One more thing I would like to say is, what is it? Sorry, it was in my mind. Wait. Oh yeah, you can't fail if you don't quit. You can't fail if you don't quit. The only way you could fail is if you quit. Just keep going, keep pushing yourself, keep improving, keep studying, learning more. Like it gets to a point like you make sure you don't like overstudy where you're like have this like analysis paralysis, and make sure you don't keep strategy hopping or like, you know, going from ICT and then learning some other bullshit and then something else and then something else. Just stick to one strategy. Learn the most you can in that strategy, and just keep going. Keep fixing your mistakes. Keep getting closer with God. Keep working on yourself. Start going to the gym. Clear, you know, get physically healthy, and that's gonna help your trading too. And it's kind of like the reason why only like 1% of traders, or like 10% of traders, I don't know the statistic, but I know it's pretty low, are able to be profitable. Like day traders, they're able to be profitable and like make these consistent profits and shit, is because they stuck to it. They stuck to it. They were working. They were fixing their mistakes as they went on. They were learning, and they just stuck to it. They didn't quit. And you know, that's why I started this channel. It's me documenting my growth. You guys will catch me by the end of this year. I'll be, you know, up, and you'll see it. You know what I'm saying? You guys have to have the same mentality. You guys will be up with me. Before I continue, or before I finish this off, I want to tell you guys about my Discord server. So it's a free community. Just join up. All right, what the fuck is happening here? But it's a free community. We like trade together. We like help each other out. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of VCs. I have hella sauce right here, and not only like trading sauce, but I have like some spiritual stuff here too that can help you guys out. You know, I have like a bunch of videos that could help you. Just post it up here. I have like a starting guide if you guys are trying to get into it. I have like a good order that you guys should watch videos in. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like lately we've just been banking together. Everybody's profiting. It's pretty good, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like you guys should just join up. It's free. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys watch fully. Oh, and if you watch fully, comment down like, I don't even know. Comment down like guitar. Comment down guitar. And then I don't know you guys watch fully. I see you guys.